Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? Well, I'm going to take a little break, kind of, from all the bait and focus videos I've been doing, even though I do have 2 or 3 I still haven't posted yet. But I'm going to kind of mix in some videos on the New England Fishing Expo. And let me just make sure I don't mess up the dates. I believe it begins January 31st and it goes February 1st and 2nd. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will double check though for you guys, just so I'm not making any errors here. If I could spell, it would help. Yes, the New England Fishing Expo, January 31st through February 2nd at the Best Western Royal Plaza Trade Center. That's in Marlborough, Massachusetts. 181 Boston Post Road, West Marlborough, Massachusetts. I will be there for 3 days, which could get very dangerous to my credit card. But yes, my buddy Pete, I just found this out a couple weeks ago. Pete, Stoneman and Son Lures, he will have a booth there. And Pete is a custom bait painter. And I'm going to show you some of the baits that I've gotten from him over the years. I cannot guarantee every single body that I show you he has, but he's the guy who painted it. So if you like it, I'm sure he could do it for you. But he's going to have a ton of stuff there. And I'll be there helping him out for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to try not to go too crazy with tackle purchases, but you guys know me. It may not be easy. But I just want to I'm going to do a few videos focusing on some of the different bait companies that I know are there that I have stuff from. I don't have something from everyone. So the ones that I do, I'm going to do some kind of some focus videos this week and next week and get everybody geared up for the show. And if you're in the Northeast, I can't think of a better outdoor show if you love fishing, I cannot think of a better outdoor show to go to. So I'm just going to show you some of the baits that Pete has painted for me over the years. What he actually calls these paint jobs, I don't know for sure. But most of the baits I have are baits I love to throw, which is that 2.5 square, or 2.5 inch, the 2.5 square bill. One of my favorite baits that I love to throw. And I'll just show you a few of the colors he has painted for me over the years. That red with the black bars on it is awesome. I don't know what he calls all these when this one still got the line tie, the line on there. When Pete, I got this one from Pete. I think the first time I went and threw it, I caught like a 4-pound largie on it. It was a great color. But that brownish gold top there, the orange, a little bit of orange on the belt underside, it's awesome. As I said, I don't know exactly what he calls these colors. I wouldn't even try to remember all of them. Here's kind of like your bluegill bass pattern. And I love to throw a 2.5. Let's see what else we got here as far as 2.5s go. Let me show you all those first. This will give me a good way to organize this box. If you just want some cool colors, these ones with the purple on them and the black. This one's actually got black, purple, and actually it's more of a green with the black on the back there. This is a cool one. It's pink eyes. Pretty neat. Here's kind of like that Northern Lights, Northern Secret type color, which is so popular in a square bill. Awesome, awesome bait right there. If you like the darker colors, here's another purple pattern. And as I said, if you see a color here that you really love, and remember, Pete's the guy who painted it, so I'm sure he could do it again. Any bait that he can get, he can paint it on there for you. I think this was this was a bait fish pattern he had done. I don't remember what we called this one. It'll come to me as I go along here probably. I think this was the smelt pattern, I think, if I remember right. And these ones I wanted him, I asked him for like I had a pink square bill, I don't know who I got it from, which I killed him on, and then it got piked and I lost it. So he's painted 2 for me with the pink pattern with the white on there. You can see Pete's got, I don't know if he does that on all of them. He's got Stoneman and Son Lures right there on the belly. But he did these for me. Love it, especially when the water's a little dirty. Those pink ones are great. Well, let's see what else we got here. Here's just some chartreuse and green and some orange on there. Another cool color. Yeah, more square bills than I remembered having. It was always a cool color. This chartreuse and purple was always cool. I got like this is a very popular color when he first started doing it. We were all killing him on it. We got 3 of those. And this is kind of like that mega bass body of that square bill. And there's 2 patterns he painted for me. Ouch! I don't harpoon myself. This is like a green-blue craw. Ow. Man, these hooks are sharp. This is kind of like a blue with purple. Just, I mean, the paint jobs are out, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Let's see, what else I got in here to show you? Got a couple of deeper divers to show you. Ow! If you guys like that bait that's dives a little deeper, this is kind of like almost like a one knocker with that kind of bass-like pattern. Just so cool. You move it in the light, you know, with that clear body, you can kind of see some orange almost in there, gold, whatever it is, and then black, a little black on that line and green. Very, very awesome. I don't know if that's a deeper diver. Yeah, because that's a different bill. So this is probably, I'm going to guess this is about a 12 to 15. This one's probably your 18-foot deep diver. I don't have a lot of deep divers from them. Nice big triple grips on there. Gotta have some traps. And Pete paints some beautiful traps. These crawfish patterns are absolutely outstanding. And if you notice, there's a lot of different bodies that he can get. This is kind of like that one knocker body. I can't think of what I'd call this one, but it's got more rattle to it. Like that red craw is so good. Here's that more of an orange craw. If I can get these hooks apart. Another excellent pattern he painted. Ouch. Harpooning myself here. I don't know if this is the same. I guess this is kind of, yeah, it's kind of the same. Maybe he calls that blue craw, I'm not sure. But here it is in a trap, and here it is in a square bill. That's kind of like that mega bass body. I forget what they call their square bill, but and there's that. So I've got 3 of his traps. It's a couple of deep divers, a lot of the square bills, because I throw square bills more than any of these other ones. And then, if you guys like, you know, your wigglewort style bodies, you can get those too. Now, I know this isn't the original wigglewort that everybody wants for, you know, $100 on eBay, but if you want a wigglewort type body, here it is in some different colors, some different, oops, I'll show them to you. Kind of like a bait fish pattern, bass pattern, I guess, with a little blue on there. It's kind of cool. That's that purple, that chartreuse, excellent color. Good old perch pattern. Love that. Usually I throw these little guys on like a spinning setup. But that's that box. That's one box. I'm going to try to do this as organized as possible here. I'm going to have to move these out of the way. Now, as I said, I cannot guarantee, you know, he didn't give me a sheet on every single style body he has, but I'm going to assume, you know, he'll probably have rattle traps, he'll have square bills. I know he's going to have a ton of swim baits, so if you guys like swim baits, which amazingly of all these baits I'm going to show you, I don't have any of his big glide baits or anything. That's really not my thing. I do it sometimes, but it's not really my thing. Let's see what else we got in here. I'll just show some different baits to you guys that he's made for me over the years. This is kind of like that hybrid hunter style type body. Fish and grass. Just a couple of different ones he painted for me, so I can get them apart. Here's like that, almost like that smelt kind of pattern there, like I showed you on that little guy. That gold with the blue and that pink on there, it's pretty neat. And just a regular like shad type pattern. Very cool. It's got that hybrid hunter type build, but like a longer style body. And this is kind of like that, I don't want to say sexy shad type color, but more like chartreuse shad maybe type of color. Very, very cool. Let's see. Here he made some of those, and there's that purple chartreuse color that's so popular. He made some of these small plopper plopper baits. These little guys work great. They work great. Well, I guess I do have one of his kind of swim baits, a segmented swim bait body in that purple color, that chartreuse purple. Got one. He may have some like that, I'm not sure. People have a lot. Let's see. Then I've got a bunch of these. I think I got these from him when we worked the show together a couple of years ago in Milford. This is just your walking style bait. Such a cool color. I dressed that with some different hooks. It's kind of like a blue. It's got like a blue flake in there. Some, I guess you could call that a silver or gray, and some black on there. Such a cool. Got a bunch of those. I don't know how I went up with so many. Ouch. I'm gonna get about 10 hooks in my hand doing this video. But just, I mean, if you guys hear that knock on there, awesome. You hear this thing going across the top. It's like throwing topwater spook type baits. These are awesome. Those big hooks, they ain't getting off. Let's see, some more topwaters. And like I said, he gets a lot of different style bodies. So if there's a style body of a topwater you like these are different. I think these ones are different than those. Yeah, it's definitely that's a different style. It doesn't quite look as big or as bulky. Cool, like that bait fish type pattern. And those ones, I think, were 2-hook ones. This is a 3-hook. Yeah, those ones are 2 hooks. These ones are 3. And a lot of times on these topwaters, I'll get those feather hooks and put them on the back. Some red triple grips. I kind of just mess around with different color hooks. Sometimes I'll just put the nickel ones on. Sometimes I'll throw some red ones on. And here, this is another one with a double. I think this is kind of like that body, but that perch color. That one's awesome. I mean, look at that paint job. Guy is an artist. I mean, the paint jobs are excellent. I could never do that. I could never paint them that nice. Let's see what we got here. Here's some more of those hybrid hunter type baits, as usual. Like the other ones, they're all stuck together. Here's another one of the, I don't know, here's one of that perch pattern. These are great perch patterns, as you'll see. There's another crawfish, one of that crawfish pattern. These are real cool bait fish, like perchy, like bass pattern. I like it when he does that little blue there. It's so cool. But there you go. Some more of those hybrid hunter type style baits. Here looks like some different jerkbait styles. As you can see, they're all stuck together. I think there was one point where I was just trying to get like every, ow, oh, that came off pretty easy. I think I was trying to get like every every perch pattern jerkbait he made in at least one in the perch pattern. This is like your deep, deep diving spring. You're throwing, you want to get this down, way down there. And you throw a jerkbait like this with that big bill, throw it out. Sometimes I'll throw these bigger ones on bait casting. Usually I'll throw my jerkbaits 95% of the time on spinning. But when I get these deep diving ones, like one like this, or like a Megabass Plus 2, or any of those big build ones, the one from Smithwick, it'll come to me, but you guys probably know what I mean. They're big rogue. I'll take those out and cast them out and then reel them down. You reel them down and get them to the depth you want. And then you can start with your subtle jerks. Because if you try to throw this like a jerkbait the minute it hits the water, it just doesn't feel right. You'll feel like it's blowing out. It's not getting good action. It's not getting good depth. So reel these down to the depth you want them first, and then start, with a slight twitch of them. But there's a big jerkbait there in that color, that perch pattern. Here's one in that purple, that chartreuse purple color. Let's see. These are, oh, I remember these. This is some of the spin baits he made too, or spy baits, whatever you want to call them. Let's see what I can organize this here. Oh, it's coming. There we go. This was one I think he said, hey, I just got one of these if you want to try it. I don't even know if I've thrown this yet. It's kind of like a jerkbait body, and then it has like this underspin on it. I don't think I've even tried to throw this yet. It may be a great bait. I just don't think I've tried it yet. But I've never seen anybody else with those. He did do a couple spy baits. Oh, here's another one of those. Look at that flash, that purple. How cool is that? But I do have a couple nice painted spy baits he did for me. That little bigger spy bait size, you can throw it on, you don't have to throw it on 4-pound line. You can get away with 8. And just like a nice steady retrieve. I love that perch pattern. don't know if that's a baby, I don't know if he calls that baby bass or if that's perch. I'm not sure. I think that's maybe more of a bass pattern, and this is definitely a perch. But you just imagine that slowly going through the water, the prop going, just that little subtle action through the water. This, I think this color and the other one, I think there's a Sixth Sense color I really like. I don't recall what it is off the top of my head that I think I had him paint these patterns for me that I really liked. So which is great if you know, or you know of a bait painter, is you can say, well, I've got this Megabass bait, I really like this color, can you paint this? I like this, I have this Strike King bait, can you paint this? And he can. As you can see, he can paint anything. These are all awesome. Here's just some of those flat-sided crankbaits. It's just more some finesse stuff here in that smelt pattern. There's that green and chartreuse, or that green and purple, I should say. Chartreuse and purple. And those flat-sided crankbaits. Some really, real finessey jerkbaits that I had to paint for me at one time. Kind of like a sexy shad. What was that pattern? I like that. Sixth Sense has that. I can't remember the name of that color. I don't want to say Pro Blue because I know it's not that. There's like a chartreuse and black back. Really neat. More of these perch type patterns. Somehow I got two of these. So these are real finessey jerkbaits. I throw them on like maybe 4-pound test. Not that I think I have any real setup with 4. You know, bait fish pattern, perch pattern. This was some funky looking bait he had at the show the one year. It's got kind of like, it's like a square bill, more like a wake bait, and then it's got the tail, instead of a treble, it's got an EWG hook, and he was putting one of the soft plastics on there. I have never even thrown this thing, but if he has one of those, I'll be shocked, but who knows? He'll probably have a lot of different baits. But that's box 2, everybody. I'm going to try not to dump everything here. I'm going to try to move this very quietly and not spill it. So I want to reorganize everything. And last but not least, I always save my favorite for last. And of course, I saved my jerkbait box for last. Now, someone like me who loves jerkbaits, who loves jerkbait fishing, it can get very dangerous to have a friend who paints baits. Because, now granted, I do get a lot of the same pattern, because you know I love perch patterns. This pattern, this one he painted for me, he got a hold of these bodies, these blanks of, if you guys remember it, Live Target had their old bait ball series baits, and I always loved they have the one color, the green one, which is just killer. It still is. But I had him he could get those bodies, those like bait ball type jerkbait bodies, and do some perch patterns, and that thing is awesome. And you can't just get one. So I got 2 of those. Here's a regular jerkbait in that chartreuse purple back, which is excellent. Here's a different style jerkbait. This is almost like an Edo Shiner type body, but the rattles are very, very different. But that's that Sixth Sense color that I had him paint for me. I wish I could remember the name of it off the top of my head. I'll look it up for you, and I keep saying it because I know he did a lot for me. I'll do my best here to find that in a relatively decent amount of time here. I love it in their one flat-sided square bill. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, hard baits, shallow cranks. I believe it's the Crush, yes, the Crush Flat 75X, one of my favorite crankbaits. Love it. Oops, that's not the color. Let's see if I can remember. It's not chartreuse black back. It's not that. Oh, it's the chartreuse. I can't talk. Chartreuse Pro Blue. That's the one that I really like from Sixth Sense. And I think I had him kind of paint these in that pattern. And that's a different style jerkbait that he had. And I'll try any type of jerkbait. Doesn't all have to always be like the mega bass type knockoff body. I'll try any of these. If I can get these unhooked, I will definitely show those to you. These triple grips are very tangly. But here's your, jeez, hooked in my finger. Here's that, as I said, I don't know if this is bass or perch. I don't know what this one's called, but this, I mean, it's probably a bass pattern because that's definitely a perch pattern. But there's that style body, that 2-hook bait, not a 3-hook bait. Here's another cool one he had. And that's even a different body than this one. That's more of just a 2-hook, just regular style jerkbait. But that is just such a great paint. I don't know what you would call that, but with that orange belly and that blue on there and the green, all those different dots. Oh, it's just awesome. Oh, let's see. Well, I guess you guys can do the shake and see if that's on top. Getting there. Here's perch pattern. Excellent perch pattern. One of many I have, as you'll see. That smelt pattern. And I think I remember us looking at like smelt, like in like pictures of smelt, and him trying to copy it the best he can. Here's just a clear green body with a gold back. Ouch. Here's that Chartreuse Pro Blue one. He did that for me. The jerkbait. There's that that mega bass style jerkbait body, which I have a ton of. Ouch. I had him do like the Pro Blue from Spro, a sexy shad type color. He did one of those for me. I probably got more than one as I dig through here. Here's another. Man, these hooks are killing me. I'm getting it. Come on. Here's like a color that's similar. It could be the same color pattern as far as I know. Of that square bill I showed you. Let's hold them up next to each other. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Yep, definitely. The square bill is awesome. I don't know if I've thrown the jerkbait yet, but this color is great. And I got one that is a regular, like a 110. This is like a 110 plus 1. So he did one in each for me. Here's another bait fish. I don't know what you want to call that, but it's really awesome. You tell me. Perch, bass, just awesome. You can see he's got his name right there on the belly. But just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful baits. Here's one in that +1 body, in that the chartreuse purple with the this one's got more of the lines on it. That's really a great color right there. Have you seen a color that doesn't look good? Here's another one in the +1 body. You think that won't catch him? He had a name for this color. I cannot remember it. I should know I showed you in the other bait. These are both +1s. It's almost kind of trout-like, I guess, but I don't think that's what it's called. But that blue on there with the orange, I love the orange on the belly. That's a great color. Just makes me want to go jerkbait fishing, even though I've got ice everywhere. Here's a +2 body that he can get. So, I mean, here's your like mega bass type knockoff that you can get. And that's kind of almost like that. It's not really the Northern Secret color. It is a chartreuse, but it's got the black back, clear body. But you can see that is just a beautiful bait. And that's a +2. I don't know how many +2s I have. I don't think I got a lot of them. But here is that same color. It's like a chartreuse, it's like a black shad chartreuse belly. I don't know, he probably has a name for it, but I don't know what it is. Here's it. Here it is in the +2. Here it is in the +1. And I'm going to imagine that this is going to be just the regular size, but those will catch fish. Great colors, great colors. Almost looks like, as I kind of turn the light, it looks like there's a little blue in there. Yeah, it's definitely blue flake on the back. That's a great color. I don't know what what these colors are called. There's one with a pink line. That's a +1 body with gold back. And you know how much smallies love to kill baits with pink in them for whatever reason, but that's an awesome one. And now, the ones that I usually get the most of from are all the bass and perch patterns. I'll show you what we got here. I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, is a crappie pattern. Doing my best to remember here. So you can just imagine me sitting at the booth for 3 days. The show with all these jerkbaits laying next to me. It's hard not to say, hey, put these aside for me. But there's a +1 body. I mean, that's just a great paint job. It's kind of like a green crappie type color. Here's a couple of those bass patterns. Ouch. And but those don't look great. I don't know what does. I mean, those are just outstanding. Outstanding. Look at those. Those are the +1s. And then we've got oh, came off. Here's your perch color in the +1, and that's just great. If you guys like perch colored baits, Pete can really paint some good ones. I think this is I think some of these are kind of the same. It's just they're different tones. Like this one is kind of like a shiny perch color. I don't even know what he called that one, but that's just great. It's more of a matte color than like the ones you can see through, but just it's awesome. You can just keep the pickerel away from them and the northern pike. You're okay. But northern pike like to eat perch too, unfortunately. Ouch. I think these two are, no, I am wrong. These two are the same. Both +1s. Perch patterns, just gorgeous baits. And these are +1s, but it's more of that solid perch paint job than the like that's a solid matte color. You can't see through the bait. But you know, you guys like perch patterns. These are pretty awesome. And those are all +1s. So I guess that section was all +1s in this semi-organized box. But that, my friends, is just a taste of what Pete is painting for Stoneman and Son Lures. So, as I said, the New England Fishing Expo, January 31st through February 2nd, I will be at the booth with Pete, helping him out for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It may be dangerous for me to be around all that tackle for so many days, but I'll do my best to maintain some composure as best I can. But I want to focus these next, show is like 10 days away. I want to focus on the baits I have from some of the different companies that are there. I made a list, and it's very long, but I'm definitely going to show you guys some of the stuff I have from Beast Coast, as you can see up there. Berkshire Bass is really what I've bought is mostly just Mega Bass stuff, which you guys have seen a lot of. Different Baits has some great custom paint jobs. Fresh Baits, I've shown you their stuff over the years. Rocky Ledge, great spinner baits and stuff. Somatis Baits, I have some great soft plastics to show you guys. Crazy Hick Bait Company, got some awesome stuff to show you from them, and some others too where they just have everything. So these this should really get your guys whet your appetite for the show, especially since this winter really sucks so far. It's freezing in the Northeast. So if nothing else, we can go to the show, talk about fishing, get some new tackle, and get ready for the season, because we get closer and closer. The days are slowly getting longer. I know it's freezing out, but it'll get here. It'll get here. So this is how we pass the time. At least it's how I do it. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. So I'll put Pete's links. I don't know if his website is still up. I have to check. I know he's still on Instagram posting pictures, so I have to check his website. But you can always contact him through Instagram. If you see something here you like, let him know. And if I didn't explain it that clearly, just ask me. I can do a quick video on that particular bait and show it off. But great square bills, great jerk baits. Those are things I really like to throw. Rattle trap type baits. You know I love to throw those baits. And when you can have somebody paint what you want exactly, that's awesome. That's awesome. And they catch fish too. So that's really, really cool. So if you guys are at the show, either Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, come to the Stoneman and Son Lures booth. Say hi to me and say hi to Pete, and check out all of his awesome custom painted baits. And if you love swim baits, I saw some pictures. He's going to have some doozies there. So if you guys are in that swim bait area where I am not, believe it or not, with all this stuff, that is not my area of expertise or skill level. I'm more of this kind of stuff. And the other stuff you've seen in my videos. So, but if you guys like that, he's got lots of them, and his paint jobs are absolutely beautiful. So, so stop and see us. So, stay tuned for more videos on the baits you're going to see at the New England Fishing Expo. I hope you guys can make it. If you're a fishing addict, I can't think of a better show in the Northeast you could go to. I really can't. Tackle, anything you want tackle-wise will be there. Anything. And that's not talking about all the other, that's not even mentioning all the other stuff there too. So check it out, check it out. So I'll put the information to the show in the description. I'll put Pete's links, you can check his out. And come and say hi, come and say hi. It'd be nice to put some faces with some names if you guys are in the Northeast and are going to the show. All right, so I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.